everybody. I'm Shane. This is Jenny, and we have a special guest, Alicia, on today. Welcome to the BRAYNE CAST.
Hello.
Thanks so much for coming on and meeting with us. So, Alicia has a really great story, and we kind of want to see, okay, how you've built, how you started in the industry, what you're doing now, kind of what your secret sauce is on how you've been able to, really build. And yeah, we appreciate you coming on. It's super great to have you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
So tell us how you kind of went from regularly in the business to boom, like post-COVID, what happened? And yeah, let's just go from there.
Yeah, so in a nutshell, I started at the bank when I was very young, so 19. So what my goal was to hit mortgages. My mom's a broker, and I've always looked up to my mother and in this industry as well. She's a powerhouse. So yeah, once I started with the bank, I said I was gonna get a promotion every single year until I hit mortgages. So within about 2 to 3 years from being a teller, I got my role as a mortgage specialist within the banks. So I went from, two large banks, and then in 2018, I joined the broker side. So with that being said, I joined a brokerage. I had my big break with a broker in 2019, end of 2019, right before COVID. And that's where I kind of learned everything I needed to know about the underwriting. So I've always been a mortgage. So that is my specialty, knowing where to place people within lenders, policies. I don't know where I keep it. It's just up there. So I can very quickly identify where a mortgage needs to go. But the big break happened and COVID. We did about 300 million between the three of us that year, just because rates were as low as 0.99%. Money was very cheap. Everybody wanted to buy. But it also became a downfall for me. I was working 15-hour days. I was locked in my home office and, can't leave in COVID. And I did end up having, we can get into that after if you wanted, but like there's the addiction part of that, where I kind of had to escape because that's all I did was just mortgage. I didn't have anything else after that, so I tried to escape it. But then I've bounced around a little bit to different brokerages as an underwriter. But where it really started for me right now is I left my job in July, and after paying off all my debts due to an eviction and all of these things, I was like, if I don't do this now, I'm never going to do it. I'm at this point in my life, I'm down 80 pounds, paid off all my debts. I was like, okay, I got to do this now. So as of July, I quit my job, and in August, opened my own company under Bricks Mortgage. And now I have a team of about 5 people as agents. And yeah, we're rapidly growing. Yeah.
I hate to pause you really quick. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
you just breezed right through about 6 years.
Yeah.
I mean, that's way amazing, especially taking that step when you're like, no, I've had enough if I don't do this now. And I think that that's kind of like that's the big moment. That's the big, either I look back now and I say that I still did the same thing next year. I'm going to be doing this same exact thing next year, or I am actually starting my business, which you've been successful. I mean, you already have 5 agents.
That's something that happens with all entrepreneurs. We all hit a breaking point of working for someone else, and I think for me too, like I recognized very early, like this guy's getting rich on my back. I want to get rich. So it's an entrepreneurial spirit that's within us. Some of us anyway, not everybody has it, but the people that have it, it gives us a tremendous amount of drive to succeed. The funny thing is people say, oh, I wish I could work for myself and make my own hours, but you work double the hours. Yeah.
24/7 job, no breaks, no Christmas. So like you're still working on major holidays and everything like that. You're always on your phone. So that's the only thing people don't understand too. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it sounds so great. You're like, as soon as I'm my own boss, I'm gonna work less. That's what they sell you. And I don't think that's anywhere near. You have way more responsibility, and you have responsibility for the people that work with you. And that's kind of okay, I need to make the best decisions and I'm the last one that gets fed, kind of thing. Everybody else has to have their paychecks. I'm paying them, for what they're doing. So with what you do, how did you go from increasing the inflow? Like, do you have secret marketing tactics? Did you, so you're working for somebody else and you have all these leads, and the way that I imagine is, okay, you're flooded with leads, you're working 15-hour days, you get stressed out, right? And that's kind of a good thing, but working for somebody else, you're like, okay, how is this benefiting me in the long run? So you've been able to start your own business now since July. You're like, I've paid off all my debt, I'm feeling great. So what strategy, how did you get that marketing inflow? How did you get those leads coming to you, or do you do outbound? Like, what is your secret tactic there? Because that's the question that a lot of business owners, they start with like this slow, I have a couple clients, and that's that leap where you're like, I was writing so much for my boss, and then taking that on your own. That's a secret sauce. That is a definite, like, that's a powerhouse move. That's something that, like, we're all wondering how are you doing this?
I wish, honestly, I knew. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like, I don't know how everything is happening. I just truly believe in myself now. I think the biggest thing for me is a confidence booster in myself. I like, let's be honest here, we have a lot of mortgages coming up from COVID. So if I was talking to these people and 15-hour days at my downfall, and I was talking to all these people and doing 300 million, they are calling me. Some of them know that I'm not with that person anymore at that time. I've gone through a different couple companies since then. But I always do say, like, I'm not one to poach people. I do let them know that I'm no longer with that company. They're more than welcome to go to that company again if they wanted to go there, or they can stick with me. The best thing for me is I'm so confident in my ability to do mortgages. I'm so confident in having that, even if they don't want to be with me and they want to go to their bank, I just say, let me be part of your choice. Because here's the thing, it's just this industry, even in the banks, they're not licensed there. They're not licensed to actually talk about mortgages. So it's just kind of throwing it at them, and hopefully it sticks. It's rate focused mainly there. They don't know how to give that real good advice when it comes to rental properties, even purchases. So I have a lot of people that actually go to the bank and then come back to me because they got a lot of wrong advice. So I think with me, and I'm going to be honest here, because like I don't want people just to think that like I'm just this super powerhouse. I don't know where it's coming from, but it's coming. I truly believe I just am really good at my job. I have done a lot of work and inner work too to get to where I am right now. So, I did not have the best database skills. I'm going to be honest. I wish out of 15 years of being in the banks and stuff, I kept a really legit database. That was my downfall right now. Even becoming a business owner, I'm like, oh my gosh, why did
Oh
I
wait,
not
your
check?
microphone is kind of cutting out
Oh,
again. Wait, try again.
here.
I'm so sorry.
Can you hear me
But all
now?
of a sudden it went to
It's
like
okay. Can you
nothing.
hear it?
Yeah, you're
Yes.
back now.
Okay.
Oh, okay, because it's coming out of my ear. Okay, so like the biggest thing, and I'm going to tell anybody that's on here, keep a database no matter where you are right now. If you're planning on going on your own, that is my downfall right now. I don't have the database that I've been talking to hundreds and thousands of families. I did not keep something. So if I can give one tool right now, do that, because I would probably be at a different point right now if I kept that database. So right now, I am hoping, and what has been coming is people recognize who I was, the advice that I gave them 5 years ago, and they're calling me back. I am that is my bread and butter right now is my knowledge, because I made an impact and a raving fan on these people when I spoke to them, if that was 5 6 years ago, that they are calling me back. I have never changed my phone number, which is also great, since the banks, so they have that there as well. maybe luckily enough, my last name is, a famous football star too. So it's kind of easy to kind of put that in there if you put mortgage broker. But that is the biggest thing is I think it's my personality, connecting with people that they remember who I am has been the best thing for me right now. Because if I had my database on lockdown, I'd probably be a lot busier, but I am busy, but it's really for the people that truly valued my support when they needed
And that's cool.
Mm.
Well, and I know that when you talk to somebody in your industry, you're going to get some different information and then you're going to go Google it online. Or, now we use AI, but you're going to go look it up online and you're going to get some conflicting advice and these check boxes of what people need to do, like to get their second home, or, if they are going to get into commercial real estate or any type of mortgage that they're looking for. When you talk to somebody and they actually are the human that they got a hold of, I'm saving that person in my phone. I trust them. I mean, and that's completely, I mean, just a really great, legitimate, honest way to grow. And, that people are calling you back so many years later is like, oh, I get that. Because they weren't ready then. They had the questions then. And now, you've talked to, like, like, let's say it's 100,000 people. If you talk to 100,000 people, wow, 20% might be ready now. That's really cool because your industry is so, it's almost like taboo to have the real insights. They're like, yeah, but you need these, but it's only in some cases. And it's like all of that information, we wish that it were published online. And somewhat it is, but finding real answers specific to an individual's case, that you have to know the industry. You have to be, right now things are changing. So next week, it might be something different. 6 months from now, you might be looking at, oh, well, these are better chances for you. This is a better option for you, for something like this. So that's really cool. I really think that when you keep people listed in your phone, I did real estate very, brief amount of time, but I was doing like wholesale. So I was talking to people that maybe got inherited property or something like that. And I see them in my phone still of, oh, this is the person from 123 Grove Street. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I still have these contacts in my phone. And, it's just when we go from doing one thing in our life and like all of our contacts, when you think about that, you're like, oh my gosh, you've spoken to 100,000 people. And I wouldn't, one way or another, you left an impression on them. That's really cool. That's really something to be proud of. Shane, I know you had a couple questions. What were you were all excited about that. You were like, no, these are the specifics. I was like, fine.
I don't know what you mean. Sorry. What do you mean?
No, you had some questions. You wanted to know, your data. You had some questions.
Yeah, more like day-to-day
Business
operations, stuff like this, like inbound, outbound, advertising, these kind of questions. This is what like what you're doing right now is more like to grow.
like a daily routine. Well, because I know that me and Shane talk about it. There's a lot of lost, wasted time in business owners' lives that end up doing kind of tasks that can be given to other people. You've taken the step and actually have employees that work for you or people that work with you. And that's kind of a big step that a lot of people don't take very easily. They won't push off tasks that they feel that they're the only one that can do it. And so
Yeah, it's hard to
that's where
let
it's
go
like,
of certain things. It's hard to let go of control because
yeah,
you think, yeah.
it's totally
I'll be
control.
honest. Yeah, so I'll chat about the team aspect here. So it is a little different. So if you know EXP in real estate, okay, it's more of a rev share kind of thing. If you want people to come and join your team, the company above you, so BRX is our head brokerage kind of thing. So instead of me getting commission from their commissions directly, BRX pays me their part, right, to bring people on. So I do not have employees. So these agents they're here to grow. They're here to learn. They're here with my experience, I've done over $1 billion in underwriting. So I've done personally myself over $1 billion in underwriting. So my experience is top notch. I'm going to be honest with you there. So what I'm attracting are the people that want to learn a little bit more. I'll be honest, what I've had to do and to try to scale back as of January is boundaries. Because what I'm, as you mentioned, we kind of have control and want to do all these things. I'm not having the time to do the things that I need to do to grow my business because I'm attracting agents that really want a piece of my underwriting knowledge, right? So that was taking a lot of time for me. And I wasn't able to do the business building things of my own business and calling and, kind of targeting leads for, marketing and all that stuff that I want to do because I'm a yes girl, and I always have been. And I think that was a downfall in the build of my career is always saying yes, 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 and burning out. So the biggest change that I've made as of January of this year is trying to create those boundaries around my time. I run my calendar very tightly. So I book everything to a T. If that means admin work or, responding to emails, doing certain calls, client appointments, they're all in a calendar schedule. And if I don't run my life with a calendar, I'm going to get off track. And so where it came in, I was always saying yes to anybody that needed help. I've also trained hundreds of agents. So before coming back to BRX as a business owner, I actually worked with them for a short period of time for about 2 years as an underwriting coach. So being able to help train agents to get to where I want to be, because I've always loved the teaching aspect of mortgages as well. So yeah, I think that's the biggest thing because yes, I do get bottlenecked. I can get very stressed when I take too much on. And I know from what I've had to go through in the last 6 years too, I know that could be a trigger for me when I just take too much on. So I have now limited myself to, a couple times a week for 1 hour. I'll sit in a Zoom room. So I'll have my team. If they have an underwriting question, I give them, 2 hours a week. But the thing about BRX is they have 12 hours a day full on underwriting coaches. So I've had to tell my team, hey guys, I'll help you if it's the social media part or anything like that BRX may not offer that you need advice on, but I need you to start going to where they've allocated these underwriting coaches for you. Go there first. And if you really need my help after that and cannot find the answers, then you can join me in the hour room this week or something and we'll go through it. But I think that's the biggest thing because I've noticed that when I started my business, I was still giving everything to everybody. And I'm like, if I want to do a business and grow a business and make money and, scale this and get an assistant and do all these things so I can build my business even further when I take all these tasks away, right? I have to put myself first for once in my life because I've always wanted to help other people. And I think that's, it's attracted people towards me. But then, what? I thought they were going to take it a little wrong. And they didn't. They respected my decision. And I think that was so freeing to me because I was like, what are they going to think of me? I have these team members here and they wanted these things from me and now I'm creating boundaries. Like, are they going to leave me? They were more than receptacle to that, which was really, really good. And I think that's really pushed me now to expand more social media, get my leads, and do the things I need to do to build my business for myself.
Very good. Amazing. How
Yeah,
do you currently do your social media? Do you like shoot your own content? Like what do you do for
yep.
social media?
I do everything myself. I am a jack of all trades. I don't know how I do it. I'm very ambitious and very driven on everything. But when I started seeing the growth in social media from, I even posted about it today, I was getting only like maybe 60,000 views just a couple months ago per month on socials to be monetized on Facebook. That's small, but, monetized on Facebook. I've now had 171,000 views as of today per month. So it's consistently been growing and growing. But
the biggest thing for me is consistency, right? And like, I think any business needs to be consistent. So for me, I don't have a social calendar. I wish I did. I wish I could spend some time to build one, but I kind of, when something pops in my head, I'm like, I got to post about this. Or if I have a client question that it was really, really good, I'm like, okay, I'm going to make a story about this because people are going to want to know, right? If they're already asking me, somebody else is already going to think about that. I've been meeting with a lot of realtors have been coming to me, and real estate agents was not my bread and butter. I'll be honest. A lot of agents focus on real estate agents, and I think the biggest thing is that's okay. That's absolutely a lot of people's business. But I'm looking for the client referrals. I'm looking for the people that think of me as a raving fan that are going to tell their friends, their family, and all of those people. That's my bread and butter. So if I can gear everything towards the client and making the client feel, wow, this girl knows what she's talking about, right? Oh, I never thought of it that way. That's where I want to try to build more towards. But the real estate agent part of it too is what I've been doing recently on my Instagram is, check this house out. Because let's be honest, real estate right now is it's hurting in Canada, right? Our
especially
values,
in Canada.
especially in the GTA, I'm seeing some houses down over 20%, 30% from when they sold at peak of market. So the real estate agents are having a real tough time to be able to talk to their clients on, potentially losing money if they need to sell. So I want to give them the option, like for clients to see this is how much it's going to cost you, right? This is what that monthly payment's going to be. Is it in your ballpark? Something that I do too is I reverse engineer an application for clients. So I ask them, what our ratios can be. They're getting a lot higher than what people can actually afford right now when you think of groceries and everything that is inflated right now in our economy. So I kind of tell people, tell me what you want your monthly payment to be. What's your all-in payment? And let me tell you what that purchase price looks like based on today's rates, right? And what that looks like. And then if it's, so that's been something that's been really helpful for clients because they're usually just telling, this is what your maximum is. This is what you can afford based on this random calculator. I want to know what you can afford as you and your family right now, because that's a whole different conversation where we are from right now to where we were in 2020.
Yeah, for sure. The interest rates are much higher.
Yeah. It's not even that. It's everything is much higher. From like
Yeah, groceries
groceries,
are up 6%. Yeah.
electricity, everything. Like I'm feeling it even when I go to a grocery store. So, lettuce alone is $8.99. Like really? And it's just
Why?
and if you have kids and you have all these things and you have all these dreams and aspirations and what you want to do and childcare and all these things, it all adds up because I don't put childcare in my ratios. I don't put groceries in my ratios. I don't put these things that are a mandatory thing for you guys to like for families to survive right now. So that
Yeah.
calculator means nothing to me when it's about affordability.
True. Yeah,
No,
that's good. It's
that's
good
a
that you do
conversation.
that.
And
Yeah.
that connects to the person that's viewing it. And that's something that it's hard to teach when people are, oh, I need to put my social media calendar together. It's hard, like, yeah, it's great to put a social media calendar together, but, losing that connection between what they're trying to say, like, I'm trying to tell you something versus I want to have this conversation with you. It gets lost right there because people are, I need to put my social media calendar together. I need to get this out there and post, X amount of times a day and make that my task. And that doesn't work. It's, like you said, you kind of have this random thought sometimes that how can I have this conversation with the people that need it? These are the end users. These are the clients. So no, I think that strategy, it's working.
It
Obviously,
is.
you've increased your social media, and so I wanted to show you Shane's latest video and
I
ask
love
you
that.
to, yeah. So Shane has
It
been
might
working
help you a
on
little bit,
creating this.
actually, just from what I've just
I'm
heard. Who
excited to
knows?
see it.
Well,
Very
so
excited.
Our whole thing was if we reach out to somebody and tailor a custom avatar video towards their business. Hi, you are a dentist after hours. We know that people are calling in. Would you like an AI to answer? And so this person is directly tailored to their business. So we send an outreach, and it'd be me coming from my social media that has this video. Now, me tailoring 100 different businesses is not going to happen, but AI can do that. So we've been talking about, or Shane has been talking about this idea, and this video kind of is this next step. And Shane, this video looks awesome. Like your video, I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited about it. So give me just a second and let me.
Yeah, we've been working on this for like the past month, and it wasn't meant for you or anything. It just so happens that we finished it today.
This is not me. This is not me. I did not film this. I did not edit this. I did not reshoot takes. This is an AI version of me, and we can build one for you. Most founders waste 60 hours a month creating content. Editing, posting, replying, repeating. More work, less margin, more stress. This is not a content problem. It is a systems problem. AI is no longer a tool. It is infrastructure. We do not sell software. We build full systems.
That looks good. You can send me the other one. We can play the other one if you want.
That's okay. I can send it to Alicia privately if she's interested in seeing it. Is we help owners stay consistent, so you still have your thoughts that you do, but you can just send us scripts, and like that they're done. It wasn't the intention of this pod or anything. I don't want you to think we came on here to pitch it.
Okay.
No.
But yeah, just
No,
the fact that you said you spend that much time on social media, I was like, wow, okay, yeah.
So I've experimented in AI as well, for AI videos and stuff like that too. So I definitely get it. Like it is something that's needed for sure for people if they want to scale right now. You got to get with the times, right? Because if
Yeah.
you don't, then everybody keeps saying, hey, it's going to take your job. It's not going to take your job if you utilize it properly and help it expand your business and everything like that. I think the video is actually great. So send me the other one too. I would love to see it.
Sure, I will privately.
Yeah.
We got
Well,
anything else?
no, we appreciate you coming on. You have an amazing story and just walking us through from how you started to gain momentum, where people are contacting you because of your personality and because of your skills. It was like a key thing that I took away from our conversation, and that's something that people don't really want to highlight. They want some quick tip that's gonna, and understanding that, back when you had volume in customers and you had leads that maybe dropped off, they're reaching back out to you because you were a resource and knowledge and actually knew what you were doing is a total insight. And it totally makes it so, everybody that you talk to has been, now your database is now growing, but it's been kind of key. And I think that just walking through that process was extremely insightful. And, I'm glad to see that you're doing so well. This has been a really good conversation.
I really appreciate it. And one thing is let's make people raving fans. Learn your skill, learn your craft really, really well. And if you can articulate that with confidence, people are always going to come back. So
cool.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much,
All
Alicia.
right,
thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you guys so much. Super grateful. Talk soon.